Hello. Okay, so this is a Warsim tutorial. We're running 0.6.98. However, this does have some features that are going to be in 9.9. I just haven't released yet. So this is a tutorial for combat and warfare, part of our Warsim tutorial series. It's been a while since I've done one, but here we go. So I'm going to start a new game, and we're going to random. No, we're going to go for random races, and we're going to play. We're going to play hard mode, I guess. It doesn't really make a difference. I'm just going to wait for the game to load. So we've got the Kingdom of the Hill Buffalo Folk. That is definitely a Demon Kingdom. Gogs? I don't know. Granite Nation of Zelfran's Lords. So demons. Possibly goblins? I don't know. Two-headed godlings. Oh, fuck. Alright, so here we go. There we go. We've got Hill Buffalo Folk, Corsair Demons, Freckled Magogs, Two-Headed Godlings, and Island Kobolds, as well as the default races. I'm going to skip the crowning ceremony. I don't need to know who I am. We'll just start with a random game. So, at the start of this, I've got 378 men and 3 lands. Didn't realise how hard mode was. This is going to be somewhat difficult. So, with warfare, if your men are away fighting, they're not defending. Overall, the one with the biggest army tends to win. Each unit has a separate battle score. So our default units, if we've got a general, we should be able to speak to him. And we can view our troop count. We have 300 peasants, 75 soldiers, and 3 knights. Now the default battle scores for units are: peasants have a battle score of 50, goblins have a battle score of 50, soldiers have a battle score of 100, bandits have a battle score of 75, knights have a battle score of 150, goblin berserkers have a battle score of 75, goblin warlords have a battle score of 125, bandit warlords have a battle score of 125. Slaves don't fight. Slave soldiers have a battle score of 75 as well, I believe. So all in all, that's, I mean, you've got countless different units among those, but these are the ones that Aslona can hold. You can also have units from one of these other kingdoms. So, for example, if we go to the Hill Buffalo Folk and we look at their troop tree, all of them have got 50 battle score for some reason. So they're pretty weak. If we look at another nation, let's look at their troop tree. A Corsair Demon Bloodspawner 63, Corsair Demon 607, and a Corsair Demon Overlord 464. So no matter what happens, as long as the Corsair Demons race is generated, it'll always have the same stats for those races. This is procedure generated, so this race is random. You won't have this race, probably, in your game, even if you try to force it. Now, the battle scores for each of these nations varies greatly, and obviously, for example here, a two-headed godling is strong, so the weakest unit they have is stronger than the strongest unit we have, which is 150 battle score. So these guys are going to be tough. Now, they've only got 30 guys. So we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to launch no attacks the first turn, and we'll notice a few things have gone on. So we've recruited troops. Obviously, this isn't about recruitment. This is about combat and warfare. So here we see the Mighty Frost clanlands of Gotkok invaded the lands of the Glass Gang, city-state of two-headed godlings. Raided the lands of the Towering Companions, and the Glass Gang lost the skirmish with the Mighty Frost clanlands of Gotkok. So it looks like the Mighty Frost clanlands and the Glass Gang are in a war, because one of them is fighting the one and then the other is fighting them again, so they're battling with each other. Now sometimes you get sort of random attacks between different nations, but if they seem to be fighting each other repeatedly, then it's a warfare they're locked into. So we've got the city-state of the two-headed godlings raiding the Towering Companions. Now the way warfare works with factions, we've got various there is a sort of relations file that holds and procedure generates the relations that each faction should have. At the start of the game, it is completely random, so there is a chance that you'd be at war with one of these nations. For example, we by chance are at war with the Mede Southern Theocracy. Now, most civilized nations like these independent nations, are by default going to be at war with most bandits, most of the bandit gangs we've got. They may not be, but they usually will be. Now, I'm going to see if I can hire a better diplomat, so that we can view and see what their skills are. Oh, that's terrible, actually. Right, skip a turn. We haven't been attacked yet, but there's a lot more fighting going on now. It looks like someone's trying to attack the demons, but they failed. Right, let me hire a better diplomat. That is the wrong screen. Still the wrong screen. There we go. Now hopefully this lot are better. Here we go. Much better. We're going to go for Veon the Merchant because of his skill. And we should now be able to speak to, there we go, minor bandit groups. So we've got the Larek Sons, the Towering Companions, the Elite Lost Assassins, the Masked Daggers, and the Glass Gang. Now all of these by default are not going to like us, but we can... Oh, actually, we've got a truce with this. So this gang has a truce with us. This gang currently apparently don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us, nor do they. We can actually... Oh, shit, they're pretty much destroyed. I've never seen that before. They've got 2 men and 1 single land. I don't even think I have the 40 gold to give. No, I don't. Wow. Okay, so what we want to do then, we're going to go to war. We're going to attack... what was that group that had barely anyone? Was it the Masked Daggers? I can't remember. Well, screw it. I think it was. Let's invade their lands. I'm going to send all of my... Well, I'm going to send all but maybe 10 peasants, all my soldiers, and my knights. And we slaughtered them. It must not have been the gang that I thought it was, but we only lost 3 men and killed 117. We can see every single kill that happened in the battle, but there is a limit to this. Obviously, the screen can only hold so much before it has to clear. So as you can see, a lot of bandits were killed at this point. One of the soldiers died, another one died, and finally a final one of our soldiers died. But we killed 117 of them. So that was a success. Now, we're being attacked by the general bandit horde. So one of the things that happens in battle is occasionally you get sent reinforcements by some sort of, well, any of your allies. In this case, the local Azlona militia is assisting us. They only have 3 troops to give us, which sucks and is not going to make much of a difference, but we'll see. I think the maximum you can have at the moment is 3 different groups assisting you. That would be Fort Gorthmek, the militia, and if you create your own knightly order, you have that. And possibly also, come to think of it, maybe there's 4, because you can also do it with the black market. If you give enough gold to the slums, you'll have slum armies assisting you as well. So the most you can have is 4 separate war bands coming to your aid when you get invaded. In this case, we've got 3 men. So there we go. Those 3 militiamen died. We managed to kill a couple of... well, actually, they seem to send warlords at us first. So we managed to kill 2 of their warlords, but we lost 58 men, and they had 358 remaining, so they swamped us, and that's why we lost. So that was that. So here we go, we'll see Azlona invaded bandits, but bandits invaded Azlona. So we managed to attack a minor group, we got absolutely screwed up by a much bigger one. So I've got 191 men left. Now, I'm going to cheat for the sake of the game. Is it 1,000? No. What was the cheat as well? There we go. Pocket money, 99. Let's run that a few times. 199, 199, 199. So that's how we do sort of mini macros in the game. Right, so what I'm going to do now is see if we can hire a shitty mercenary group. Now, I don't have enough gold inherently to hire them outright, but you can hire them from a single attack. So we've got the Lost Prophets. It's a great mercenary group, terrible band. Hire for 1 attack, and we're going to have them attack the Masked Daggers. And we're going to pay for them to invade the land. So there they go. So one of their lost defenders was killed. They killed 6 bandits, and they captured the land for us. So congratulations, the Masked Daggers have been crushed. So we destroyed that faction. And a group of their imprisoned soldiers have returned to you. Now, when you defeat a faction, you get this victory screen, and you also get a random bonus for killing them. It varies with things like when you defeat the rebellion or the bandit horde, one of the major sort of fixed factions. The rewards can vary massively, and you can end up getting hundreds of soldiers. And this time you got 15, but that's fine. Now we can actually hire them one more time, possibly. No, we can't. We don't have enough gold. So what I'm going to do, one of the first things you want to do... Oh, here we go. We've encountered some masterless peasants. Not right now. We're going to go to the slaves' fort, and we're going to hire as many slave soldiers as we can. I don't think we can buy 100, can we? 80. Excuse me. Maybe we can buy more than I thought. Not very good at math, clearly. Okay, so now if we go to our general and we have a little look, we should be able to see that we have quite a lot more troops. Let's have a look. We've got, okay, not so great. We've got 297 slave soldiers. Now this is the danger zone, because if you have more slaves than you do individuals, there is a very strong chance of a slave revolt. So we definitely need to kill off some of these guys. Also, with your general, you can view faction rankings, which will show you which kingdoms have the most units. So in this case, it looks like the mightiest kingdom of all is the kingdom of the Hill Buffalo folk, because they have everything going on for them except for most soldiers, which belongs to the rebellion, which is great. So, yeah, the kingdom of Hill Buffalo folk have the most knights. We have 4 knights. The Mede Southern Kingdom has 0 Island Kobold Chiefs. So knights are our sort of tier 3 units. But the tier 3 units we have, there are Knights of Azlona, Island Kobold Chiefs, 2-headed Godling Kings, Freckled Magog Under Kings, Corsair Demon Overlords, and Hill Buffalo Man Champions. So there are 35 champions, 7 Demon Overlords, 15 Under Kings, and 4 Knights, and that's it. If we have a look at the actual peasant unit, or the tier 1, you'll see a significant difference. So there's 1703 Hill Buffalo Men, 160 Corsair Demons, 1000 Freckled Magogs, quite a lot of Godlings actually, a worryingly large amount of Goblins, and surprisingly only 16 Island Kobolds. We've got 113. The Rebellion got obviously a lot more troops than us, and then tier 5 got the Rebels. So we can see where we stand. Most overall troops, we have 503. The Rebellion have more than double. The Goblin Kingdoms are quite weak, and the Mede Southern Theocracy is very, very weak. Holy shit, they've got 21 troops left. So I know who we're attacking next. It's going to be them. And we're also at war with them. How poetic. So I'm going to send an invasion force. I'm going to send 50 peasants and every slave soldier I have, as well as a couple of normal soldiers. The slave soldiers will always fight first. So here we go. We arrive in the Mede Southern Theocracy's lands. Now, you get a randomly generated pre-battle graphic with the rebels, the goblins, the bandits, or an independent kingdom, and it's based on whatever their architecture is. So this is the architectural style of this particular kingdom. Fingers crossed it'll be an absolute wipeout. There we go. So we killed Island Kobolds and the warriors. No sign of any of the chiefs. We've captured one of their lands. And there we go. Congratulations, they're defeated. And in this case, we've got 150 soldiers who have joined us. So, here we go. We're being attacked by the bandits again. And this time the militia have sent 22 troops. So we're going to watch this. We didn't do so badly this time, actually. We gave them a bit of a fight. They lost a couple of warlords. We lost a lot of soldiers as well as slave soldiers and militiamen. Also, we had a lot more militiamen coming to help us this time. A noticeable impact they had, killing maybe 5 or 10 soldiers. So overall, they've got a smaller army they sent this time. Last time it was 300 and such. This time they've sent 189, or that's how many they've got left at least. So that has been a quick sort of dip into combat and warfare. The only other things I can think is, obviously, mercenary groups can be used multiple times to attack. You can order groups to come and assist you in the actual attacks you do, as opposed to just defense. There are final siege sort of battles, which are fought with random or special troops. So, for example, the rebels have a special set of troops, and even if they beat you, those troops will never respawn again. Same with the Goblin Kingdoms and the bandits. Also, with independent kingdoms, there are many things that can happen in your sort of final battle, including the final battle not happening because the enemy king burns down their entire town, just to spite you. So, there's a lot going on. This has been a tutorial for combat and warfare. If you guys have any other ideas for tutorials and things you want to see, just hit me up and I will make a video or something. So that has been combat and warfare. We'll have more videos coming up soon. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will catch you next time.